there, Internet, and welcome to another glorious edition of Nerdlocker. It's episode 43. I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Brandon. This week we got some Charlie Sheen news, some Tarantino news, and some Superman news.
Let's do it.
I love when you talk nerdy to me. Charlie Sheen is making his return to TV.
Yes.
It's going to be in a show called AM, Anger Management, based off of the Adam Sandler movie, Anger Management. And he'll actually be playing a variation of Jack Nicholson's character.
That's pretty cool. I think the reason he wanted to do it is because the guy who's producing it's Joe Roth, who also produced Anger Management, but he also produced like Major League and Young Guns, which is why he wants to work with him again, because he said he's one of his favorite producers. So it'll be really interesting to see Charlie Sheen in a character where he has more creative control and almost ownership, they're saying, of like the show to an extent. So
yeah,
I think he'll take it more seriously.
I'm just kind of... first of all, I'll watch this over 2.5 Men any day of the week. So, already I'm a fan because it's not 2.5 Men anymore. I don't know how I feel about him though. I mean, that whole stunt he went through and everything, I just wasn't a fan of. So
I think when when you're rich, you just lose your mind, and then it's okay.
Yeah. Well,
maybe we'll get there one day and we can do it.
Maybe, hopefully, go crazy. But I really like that he's not coming back to 2.5 Men because I hate that show.
Yeah.
So
I don't watch public TV.
Definitely something to see on there. They didn't say anything if the Adam Sandler character is going to be in it at all, but I love that movie. I thought it was great, and I think that's definitely a story you can do a lot of, especially how it seemed like everyone in the city knew who he was or was his patient or anything like that. So
I think it'll work out pretty good because Charlie Sheen said he wasn't used to maybe playing someone with anger problems, which okay. I think he'll more than well adapt to it, so it'll be pretty funny. I also find it funny that they're doing a roast of Charlie Sheen to premiere in September.
Yeah, they're actually premiering it on the same night as the new season of 2.5 Men, which I think is hilarious because what are you going to watch? 2.5 Men or a Comedy Central roast? Those are always great.
I'm going to watch a Comedy Central roast.
I actually really want to see that one.
Hey there, nerds. So we got a little information on Quentin Tarantino's new movie. It seems that your favorite Waterworld star, Kevin Costner, is in negotiations to play Ace Woody in Django Unchained.
And apparently the character is a very sadistic trainer of male and female slaves, the males who fight against each other and the females who are prostitutes, which is kind of sad.
Ooh. Oh, sorry.
They work in a place called Candyland that is run by Leonardo DiCaprio's character, Calvin Candy.
And it seems both of these characters are supposed to be more sadistic than Christopher Waltz's character in Inglourious Basterds.
Who's also in Django Unchained, conveniently enough.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be in it along with Samuel L. Jackson and
Jamie Foxx.
Which is awesome.
Jamie Foxx is playing the main character, Django, who actually was supposed to be played by Will Smith. Will Smith backed out of this. Now we got Jamie Foxx in here, and Samuel L. Jackson, and Christopher Waltz, and possibly K-Cost. I think I'm already signed up for this.
I'm pretty stoked for this. Anything Quentin Tarantino does, I'm stoked for. True. But I think that the fact that Will Smith backed out is, one, fantastic, and two, Jamie Foxx is hilarious. And will do so much for this role. Like, I love to see him act more.
He's so
such
versatile.
A good actor,
He started off as a comedian, then he became like an action star, and then he was a musician, and then now he's back to like action and comedy.
He's so good.
He can totally do
it. There's no losing here.
Yeah.
Period.
None at all.
I love it.
None at all. We'll keep you updated with more info and let us know what you think, guys.
Yeah.
So Superman's going to be a bachelor again in DC Comics' relaunch that starts in September. And truthfully, I'm kind of upset about this.
Of course.
Yeah,
of course.
Lois Lane and Superman being married has been like a cornerstone of the DC universe since unfortunately they tied it in with Lois and Clark, the TV show.
Don't say unfortunately.
Yeah.
The Adventures of Lois and Clark was pure gold.
I watched it as a kid. I didn't know any better, but come on, man. Come on.
Hey, I just won't watch it again right now because I don't want it to be ruined.
True.
The fact is,
I have not
Lois
seen it
and Clark should not be split up, especially in comics. If you want to do it elsewhere, like in Smallville, whatever.
Yeah, it's fine,
but,
totally.
As far as comics, they need to stay together because in the DC universe, they're a couple that makes it work, and that's a big deal in comics for a couple to make it work when one is a superhero.
With the secret identity, with all that stuff, especially
absolutely.
being Superman, the top dog out of everyone. That identity crisis when it's rumored that someone knows Superman's identity through Lois and their connection. That's such a big, impactful part of that book. It keeps the story going. Now it's kind of dumb and not there anymore.
Yeah,
so.
and DC is notorious for, in my opinion, they learn their lessons from Marvel's mistakes. And I think a big mistake Marvel made a while ago was splitting up Spider-Man and Mary Jane.
That was a huge
because they're
thing.
the couple in the Marvel universe
Yeah.
that everyone looks up to. It worked with them, and they split them up. Splitting up
you know
Lois
what?
and Clark.
I stopped reading Spider-Man pretty much after that. It was really hard for me to stay on Spider-Man during Brand New Day.
When they split up?
When they split
Yeah,
up, it was
I
really
think
hard for me to
most
keep on.
of
I
the
still
audience-
haven't really got back on Spider-Man. That was one of my favorite books at the time.
Yeah.
This Superman hasn't been my favorite book, but that's been one of my favorite cornerstones of this whole thing. I like Bruce Wayne and Selena Kyle's relationship, how they can't be together just because they don't work. And I like that Superman and Lois were able to be that couple that was there. Now they're gone.
Yeah,
And
well-
she's still around. She's still going to be around, and Clark's still going to be working at the Daily Planet. But
They're going to have a little bit of
a
a
little rivalry, and that might blossom to something eventually.
Yeah.
I would hope that at least by issue 1,000, it's
That I was
going
going to bring that up because we shouldn't all get upset because once they get to 1,000, I think that they'll definitely go back to original numbering.
At least original
And
numbering, if not original
hopefully
story.
go back to original story.
I don't think they'll do original story. I think
It's
they're sticking to their guns.
1,000. That's Action Comics. That's a big deal.
True, but
I think
don't know.
Clark and Lois need to be back
We'll see.
together.
If it's in anyone's hands that can handle this well, DC has it. Jeff Johns is overlooking everything. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below.
Alrighty, so my life can finally get on with itself. Harry Potter has officially ended.
I'm officially an adult now. I think we all are. We're all officially adults. We have to move on with our lives and start an actual life.
The best part about this is that Harry Potter cost $195 million to make, and in its first weekend, it made $168 million in North America alone. So worldwide, it made almost $500 million. It almost made $500 million. It beat out The Dark Knight.
It beat The Dark Knight by a pretty decent margin,
Yeah,
and that's saying a lot.
Holy
crap.
It beat itself from when the Deathly Hallows Part 1 came out, and it actually made $158 million that time, so it bumped up to $1 million, which is great. It also broke IMAX records, I think 3D records, and midnight showing records. So altogether, I think it might be the greatest movie ever made, just saying.
Until Dark Knight Rises.
We have 1 year.
Truthfully, we have a year. We have Captain America still, and I don't think that's going to break any records or anything. It's going to
be really good.
It's going to have a foothold that weekend at least. But Avengers, Dark Knight Rises, we got some heavy hitters, and The Hobbit. The Hobbit might surprise us. The Hobbit might be cool. Lord of the Rings fans are freaks.
True, very true.
There's Star Wars fans, there's Star Trek fans, there's Lord of the Rings fans, and they're on a whole nother level. Don't get me wrong. I love my guys. I love my aunts, but just saying, we all have our weirdnesses.
So the new teaser trailer for Walking Dead Season 2 came out.
That it did.
Nothing happened.
It's a teaser trailer, so I think we should all remember that. Not a lot is supposed to happen.
That's fine.
I haven't seen someone have this much fun with the rocks and Tyrone Biggums on Chappelle's show. So that kind of gives you an idea of what it's like. I didn't get anything out of it. I got that he's fighting zombies.
They're in the woods.
What they're doing in the whole thing.
He's got a big rock.
That's pretty much all they show.
That's silent
It's a giant
zombie
rock.
murders.
Yeah.
That's all you get.
Well, let's hope that was a zombie.
I would hope so.
Pretty
It
sure
wasn't
was
just some.
doing this number.
Yeah, right.
Unless he just stoned someone else.
So
perhaps
That it's
Sheen.
going way off the book. It's going just.
How do you guys feel
completely
about the
different
show,
direction.
especially compared to the book? Because Robert Kirkman did say that he wanted them to go in whatever direction and take whatever roads they wanted to take, and they have clearly gone to great lengths to do that. So
That they have. Is he still even on the show?
No,
Absolutely.
I think he got fired
No.
after
He is on the show,
He
right?
is. He's going to be writing 2 episodes in the new season.
Okay.
As well as Stephen King and Joe Hill, by the way.
Awesome.
That's a big deal. He's very heavily involved, but
Last rumor I heard, he was not involved in it, but it's good to hear that he is, because I kind of hope he gives it that Walking Dead from Robert Kirkman feel. He has
I don't
such
think
a great
he has
hold on the
any
book.
plans on coming in and saying, I think this scene needs to be done better, or this scene needs to be closer to the comic books. I think he's going to sit in the background and not do anything.
And the episodes that he did write, very much so straight from the book. So
The first two pretty much stuck to it. I mean, the second one kind of diverted off a little bit, but I just want them to go to the prison. I want certain things that need to happen with that story, or at least my Walking Dead experience.
the prison, the farm.
They did
town.
say that the farm would be coming in the next show.
Okay.
So they're going to
Sweet.
be inputting Heath into the Heath, right? Is that
I think so.
And they're going to be inputting him into the show and the next.
Glenn's gonna get some love.
Yeah, and hopefully a couple characters die. That'd be great.
Yeah, well, just one in particular. Maybe
It might
two.
be me. It might be me only, but I'm super excited for Walking Dead season 2.
I liked the first season a lot. Like all my friends, we sat in a huge room and they were like screaming at the TV the whole time, and I was like, this is still pretty good. Still kind of enjoying myself. So.
Hey guys, Bobby here with my pick of the week, and it's going to be a little game called Pagel. It is on the Android system, and it's very reminiscent to Plinko, the game from Price is Right. I loved the show, and that game especially. So Pagel, definitely download it. It's a free game on the Android market.
Hello interwebs, Steven here with my pick of the week. It is going to be the Play for Japan CD. This is a beautiful CD that was actually announced about a month ago, but there were some issues bringing it to the American iTunes store. They had brought it in for a little while, and then they had to take it off just because of some legal issues, I guess. But it was pretty much, the idea of it is, a bunch of old video game music artists are either recreating, remastering, doing it in a different style, orchestrated, rock, all these different kind of ideas of all these old classic ones. But it's an 18-track CD, $10, all of it goes to charity for Japan. Every single cent. And that's what's so beautiful about it, is because all these titles, I would buy this just for the music alone. I mean, it's got the Super Mario melody on 2 different pianos, which sounds just so beautiful. Then you add to that every cent goes to charity. I mean, you just gotta get it. If you're at all into retro game music, retro games, or you wanna be a philanthropist and help out Japan, get this CD, because it is perfect no matter what.
Hey guys, Brandon here with my pick this week. My pick is Hope Solo. I don't care that you lost, because I didn't even know there was a soccer game going on. All I know is you are stupid hot.
Hey there, nerds. Jasmine here with my pick of the week, and it is the regular show. Last week, Cubby did Adventure Time, and I really feel like he should have given some props to Adventure Show, because it's amazing. So if you're not checking that out, you certainly need to be watching it. Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Cubby here with my pick this week. Now, I've been a little nostalgic this week, and I'm kind of listening to some old albums that I grew up with, and I gotta say, Tiger Army, the first CD they had, the self-titled Tiger Army, is amazing. I want everyone to listen to this album. It really kind of changed my life in high school. It got me not being so shy and really like energized me and got me out there. Nick 13, awesome songwriter, great lyricist. He can play the guitar like a mofo, and he just is backed up by this amazing band. It's only a 3-piece, and they can really hold their weight on stage. I've seen them about 6 times in my entire life. They are amazing. My favorite band, if one of my favorite bands, I should say. And another cool thing, they're actually celebrating their 15th anniversary soon. It's actually in 2 weeks on the 30th. They're going to be playing at the Orange County Fair. So if you can, I believe tickets are sold out, but if you can, fight, steal, beg, borrow, whatever you do, get to this show. I'm going to try my hardest to get there because I need to see Tiger Army. I haven't seen them in forever. Come back to Vegas.
That is it for Nerdlocker this week, but be sure to follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube page. My name is Brandon.
And I'm Jasmine.
And you guys have a nerdy week.